There are many things that are not set on stones. My voice sounded like this. Episode 16, we have Safiyyah Souka. She works in Souka, she manages Souka. Sometimes she bakes Souka. Speak soft, my friend. Listen harder, as great things takes a little bit of time, just like this podcast. Alright, on this episode, we talk about how she got started cooking and what would be her favorite dish to cook. Last but not least, how to make it in this world, how to find your purpose and passion. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, little kopi Milo, bro. Hey, bro. Cheers, bro. Thank you, bro. Enjoy episode 16 with Safiyyah Souka.
Yeah, it's
okay. Working.
Great.
All right, yeah, let's have a sip. Cheers. Hello, kopi Milo.
Hello, Milo. How are you?
Hi, this is Safiyyah Souka. Safiyyah, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for coming over in my kitchen.
Thank you so much. This is a beautiful kitchen, by the way, guys. This is recently renovated, right?
This was recently renovated, so thanks to my mom.
Specifically for you.
I guess because I'm her favorite child, I hope. But yeah, thanks, Mom, for designing this very beautiful kitchen that I highly use now. I use it a lot, but
Right.
I use it more often now.
Okay.
And everything's more organized. I love it so much.
Yeah.
This is the only place I want to hang out.
How was the layout like prior to this?
Before this, we had the fridge here,
Mm-hmm.
which technically just blocks the whole space because you cannot see anything.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't have this counter here.
Right.
So we had the fridge,
Mhm.
and everything else is still the same.
Okay.
So we just rearranged and we redid the whole color scheme and more uncluttering, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, more space. Like you gotta focus and you gotta envision.
More open space,
yeah.
yeah. More clean, minimalist,
Yeah,
if I may.
minimalist look. Yeah. Right. Who is Safiyyah today, and how would you describe yourself?
Safiyyah Souka
Yeah.
I am a very crazy, yet, well, people say I'm hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
I say that's all right, but I can be crazy and fun, yet also hardworking and strict. And I believe this all came from me growing up
Mm-hmm.
with my parents, especially my dad. He's he's not in an army or anything. He may look like it,
Right.
but every morning, especially on weekends, where you want to wake up late and watch cartoons and do nothing, right? He's like, no, you guys gotta get up now. We gotta go jog, and then we're gonna have breakfast and clean the house. And I'm like, and that's almost every weekend. So me and my sisters were kind of brought up in that way,
Mm.
and we spend a lot of time in the kitchen with my mom. So my mom loves to cook, and maybe all of us love to eat. That's why
Yeah.
my mom loves to cook.
Okay. How young are you, by the way?
I'm 27 this year.
27 years young, prime age, right?
Prime age, yes. This is the age where everybody gets married and have babies. But to be honest, I'd rather be in the kitchen
Yeah.
cooking food.
So would you say like cooking would be your ultimate passion?
Cooking is my ultimate passion. It is. In fact, working with food in any way, not just cooking.
Mm.
I recently got a part-time gig with this company called I Cook Asia.
Okay.
So they offered me a job as a content writer for a brand,
Wow.
for several brands.
That's something new, right?
That's exciting. I'm super excited. It's starting off this month.
Mm.
I also cook for so this is all little jobs apart
Right.
from my full-time job at a cafe.
Okay, so that is where your bread and butter is, like
That's where my bread and butter
Souka,
is. Souka.
right?
Souka Bake Shop.
Souka
Yes,
Bakery.
we specialize specifically in cakes and desserts, not
Mm.
bread and butter. But
Yeah.
and I have a great team to work with.
How do you actually encounter Suka in the first place? How did this all, like, the whole journey started?
It's like a whole romantic story.
Right.
So, Suka is founded by Farah and Afiq,
Okay.
and they're a husband and wife. Afiq has been a family friend of us, me and my family, since we were little. We were neighbors in SS19,
SS19, right?
and my parents and their parents were in Petronas. So, like 20 years later, when we were all adults, when Afiq got married and started this business, and they decided to open an outlet in Subang. And I'm like, ding dong, do you remember me? I used to live next door. And he's like, yeah, I was looking for a part-time job. I was still studying. And then they were more than happy to have me. I started working on weekend breakfast.
Right.
So at that time, I was only frying eggs and toasting bread, and it was really fun. I love to be in the kitchen. And then after that, they offered me like, hey, why not you manage this place after you're done with your studies? And I couldn't be happier because they're like family one. So I treat Suka like a family business.
Okay, so Suka started off in Taman Tun.
That's right.
And then Subang. Which
Yes,
year was
that's
that?
right.
Like,
They started in Subang in 2014. That's
Okay.
about 4 years ago.
right. So that's when you.
That's when I came to them.
Okay, you were still studying. What were you studying at school?
I studied marketing
Marketing.
and business management, so I'm a marketing graduate.
Okay.
And I did not study culinary arts, and everybody thought I did. I would love to, but I studied marketing.
Right. How let's backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
How was your childhood like? Like, how did all this culinary and passion for food started? I know your mom loves cooking,
Okay.
right? But how did it get to you? Because like some of your siblings you mentioned, they don't even
And
Yeah,
they don't cook.
they don't cook and they
Some
don't
cook.
they
Some
don't-
cook specific dishes only.
right.
Right.
So some of them they don't like stepping into the kitchen. They just want
You're
the
right.
food, right?
You're right.
So what makes you different? How do you get stuck with the bug?
I don't know. I think I have a connection with food in a way where, like, people say, like, I watch TV and I can easily pick up tips and tricks and remember things, and not everybody does it.
Right.
But maybe
Okay, so
we have a guess.
Okay, so where were we?
My apologies. See, Mom, I have a mic in my hand.
Hi, Auntie.
You want to say something? You want to say anything?
Say anything.
Then welcome to my kitchen or something, no? Yeah, this is supposed to cute, right?
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, how was your childhood like, and how do you get caught with this cooking bug?
How did I caught in the kitchen?
Yep.
So how did I get in the kitchen? I don't know. Growing up, I mentioned that, Mom. Growing up, I used to be an overweight kid, and that came from loving to eat. I still love to eat. I eat a lot every day, and from there, I think I know what I like to eat, what I don't like to eat. So from there, my mom, I guess, encouraged me to, this is what you want, so this is how you cook it.
So how young were you back then? Like,
I was maybe 6, 7, 8.
wow.
Where I still watch TV, and my favorite cartoon was Yogi Bear because he loves to eat too.
Okay.
and then there'll be like cooking shows, like this Chef One shows and all these cooking shows. I'll be there in front of the TV watching. But at that time I wasn't cooking,
Right.
so I watch a lot of TV, a lot of cooking shows until now. Like, I don't watch, even on YouTube I watch cooking videos. That's it. Nothing else entertains me as much as cooking shows and videos.
Oh, so that's when you get started, like 6, 7, or 8 years
6, 7,
old.
8. So I
Wow.
started making silly things like fry eggs, breakfast, like burger ramly at home.
How was the process like, trying to get serious into cooking? Like, after you found out that you have some interest in
Right.
this, and you joined Suka, right? Did
I
it
did.
begin like prior to
Before
that,
Suka?
before Suka, or Suka actually pushed you to go one step ahead?
I believe I was always cooking to eat
Mm.
until photography came
Wow.
to me.
Cool.
And I thought that food should not just taste good but also look great.
Right.
So after that, I was more intrigued on working with more ingredients, new ingredients, ingredients I've never worked with, new cuisines, and what more with the help of the internet, where you have so many information that is shared that you can try.
Mm.
And I'm the type who I'm not scared to try.
Mm.
I love to try new things. So, and it's exciting. And I see like, so I have this Instagram post. It's my name, but it's all just things that I cook or eat.
Okay. Yeah,
And
it's on your Instagram, like, full of food.
full of food.
Beautiful
It's
food.
so boring. I people get
It's
annoyed. They
colorful,
hate
right?
me. So I tried when I start posting these photos,
Yeah.
and a lot of people were accepting it. I felt like, hey, this brings me a lot of great energy, and I want to do more, and I want to do better. I guess it started there, and then only I'm cooking more healthily
Mm.
when I can, especially at home, and make it look great and taste great.
Right.
So people think that it looks good, like, oh my god, I need to try your food, and I'm like, you know what, you can do it yourself because it's that easy and it's that it tastes good.
All right. Do you remember your the first ever meal that you ever cooked?
Of
Was it?
course I do.
Yeah. What was it?
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
the first meal that I ever cooked, like
Uh-huh.
not Maggie
Yeah.
crab,
Yeah.
right?
Like the proper like Safiyyah Cairo
Safiyyah Cairo thing.
ingredients.
I think a basic fried rice.
Mm.
That was my first proper dish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, apart from like full on cooking, you also like baking, right? How what's the ratio between
Okay.
like cooking and
Okay. To be
baking?
honest,
Right.
I started off baking.
Okay.
I started off baking brownies in high school. We're selling it for like Harry Canteen and all this. And then after high school, then I started to get serious on cooking.
Mm.
Yes, I run a cake shop and we specialize in cakes and desserts. But to be honest, I bake nothing at Souka. We have a team of talented bakers. There's 4 of them. All the recipes come from Farah, the owner. And I'm more of a, they call me the sprinkle girl. I do the sprinkling of the cookies and
Yeah, the
the
important
the last touch. That's
the
all I
touch up.
do. I just design. I take orders. I
Yeah.
sell cakes, but I
Okay.
don't bake cake at
Alright.
Souka.
But like, how often you bake nowadays? Like at home
By
Or is it-
request. By request.
by request?
Yeah. When we have gatherings or when friends gather and they're like, Saf, you need to bring dessert, and I'm like, okay, I'm on it.
What makes you like? Why do you think some certain people they don't they are not inclined towards cooking? Is it because their lack of patience, or what do you think is the most important quality a cook must have?
Compared to
I mean, compared to like just getting outside or
Okay.
ordering, like
Right.
because I think cooking is a skill, but it also requires a lot of patience and
it
grit.
requires a lot of patience
Yeah.
and effort, and most important part is the cleaning.
Yeah.
Don't you
after-
agree?
Yeah.
So I believe everybody in the culinary world has a certain level of disciplinary where you don't just cook, but your whole kitchen is your field. So you have to start from A until Z, and Z is the cleaning. Like last night, every night after we have a cookout, we will clean like spotless like this. Because that's how my mom trains me, and that's how culinary school trains students too. Also, when I was operating an outlet, like how we were working at that coffee shop.
Yeah.
Can we mention it?
Yeah, sure.
Starbucks.
Yeah, we were working in Starbucks. That's where I met Safiyyah.
So when we were in Starbucks,
Yeah.
they have their SOPs, right? You gotta make sure everything's clean, capped, and sealed. So that is a standard operation of procedure in any commercial kitchen. And that also, I'm just naturally I have OCD, so I guess
You want it
I
spotless.
don't mind
Yeah.
cooking and cleaning and okay, cooking every day. Yes, I have lazy days. Like yesterday, I had Domino's. I'm like, I'm so hungry. I'm so lazy to cook. I'm gonna order Domino's.
Mm.
But in every other day, I believe uh, eating healthily doesn't mean eating salad and quinoa and all this.
Mm.
Eating healthy is eating home cooked food because you
Yeah.
know what goes in the dish.
Right.
So me and my family, I don't know why we're not health freaks, but we do believe in eating at home,
Whole food, I guess.
whole
Right.
food.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, instead of processed meat and McDonald's and
Mhm.
Maggie.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what do you like and hate the most about being a chef or being a head cook?
Okay.
Yeah.
What do I like
Yeah.
or what do I hate?
Yeah. What do you like and what do you hate?
What do I
What's the
like?
satisfaction comes from this whole
Number
process?
one
Yeah.
satisfaction is that I get to serve a
Right.
menu
Mhm.
that I create.
So mostly you came up with it
I come
yourself.
up with a menu
Okay.
and incorporate certain ingredients in a way where I like it to be,
Right.
and then people get to experience it by eating it, and especially when they compliment and have great feedback. I'm overjoyed. I
Yeah.
love it, especially when there's clean plates, spotless, and I'm like, wow, they must really love
Yeah,
the
to be
food.
honest, I've tried your food the other night. Whoa, it was so good. And
Ah, yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
for from your like the way you say it, this is actually the I don't know, you put least effort on. You would
Right.
say? You say that.
Yes,
And
this
then,
cooking videos thing, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you want easy cooking at home,
Yeah.
but
And
you
then
want great
it
food.
tastes so good. I can't imagine like if you put in the effort and
Right.
try to like make like, I don't know, lasagna, quiche, or
Right.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be insane. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you hate
And
the
then
most?
what I don't like the
Yeah.
most is okay, I'm open for customers' feedback,
Mm.
good or bad, because that's just how you grow.
Okay.
But what I don't like, what is it that I don't like?
Since you like the cleaning part, I think that comes with the training as well. Like you mentioned on the weekends, like your dad made you guys
Yes,
clean.
yes, that's
That's why
right.
it's not a problem nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
right? For you guys to do
It's
it.
not a problem. Like we've been, we grew up with it, so it's just natural in our daily routine that that's how it's supposed to be.
Mm.
But what I don't like, what I don't like, maybe when customers don't finish their food, I get annoyed. Like, why is it not good? Is it too salty? Is it cold? What's the matter? Especially if they don't say anything.
Right.
If they say something, then it's fine. At least I know what it is. So when they don't say anything and they're still there, I'll ask, is everything okay with your food?
Mm.
And most of the time, it's fine. I'm just full.
So, yeah, where do you find inspiration from day to day? Like, do you have a specific mentor that you look up to in terms of with food? Yeah.
A specific mentor on the dish, on a dish itself, no.
Okay.
But
From afar?
as a person in the kitchen,
Right.
I have a few. They're very famous. I don't know them personally.
Okay.
Like the recently departed Anthony Bourdain.
Mm.
He was very original. He was original and he had his own content that he believes the world should know. And he was very raw.
Mm.
Like when he visits places, he wants to show the real deal, not the beautiful things,
Right.
but the beautiful food in the ugly places.
Yeah.
He's like a rock star.
Yes.
So, and I only had his book. And other chefs' book would most probably not a self-titled book, but more of a recipe book. So it's different. There's a recipe book, and then there's a book about a chef. So, other than Anthony Bourdain,
Rest in peace.
there is this show that I love to watch, and it's called Chuck's Day Off.
Oh,
Have you
yeah,
heard?
yeah, I remember that.
He's a
He was
Canadian chef, big guy, lots of tattoos.
He used to be on Astro, right? And it stopped.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Is he
Chuck's
still
Day Off.
online?
He's still online. He has his own YouTube channel,
Right.
and what he does is it's so beautiful. He has a restaurant,
Mm.
so in his restaurant he consistently changes his menu, which I love. I love that kind of people who change their menu just so that they know people who came before will come back knowing that there's new things to try.
Yeah.
And then he has I don't know how I know all this, but I know he has a
You did your
great
research.
team.
Yeah.
He has a great team
Uh-huh.
from the kitchen to the bar to the front of the house. And what he enjoys doing too is giving back to people around him, like his suppliers and his cleaner people and people who print his t-shirts, those little things that you think don't matter, but you can create such a great relationship with people who print your t-shirt. Apa what do you care, right? I just want
Yeah.
my t-shirt. But he created a level of relationship.
So all of these will be on the show. You got to see this on the show. Or
Some of it
this
is on the show,
is
some of it
outside?
is like in his
Social media.
like there was an interview article about him. I don't think he has his own website, but yeah,
Okay. Chuck Sayo. What is his
his full name.
full name? Yeah.
His name is. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
know.
Fine. Just Google Chuck
But I think
Sayo.
it's something French because he's Canadian.
He's Canadian from Quebec, I think. No.
Really?
I know
don't
you mentioned French.
Well, that's French Canadian people.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Chuck Sayo. Look it up, guys. What would be the one character that you wish you had as a person, Safiyyah?
One character that I don't have.
One character trait. Sorry.
That I don't have now.
Yeah, that you wish you had. Obviously, you're a patient person, so
Really?
yeah.
Oh my god. I
You
may
are.
look calm, but I am so impatient on the inside.
Yeah.
I had to learn all this.
Yeah.
So,
over the years in the
over
kitchen.
years in the kitchen, running Souka. There were, moments where I'm not like this every day. There are moments where I'm down and like customer complaints. I'm like, oh no, what's happening? Did I do something wrong? There's may I say annoying customers with
Right.
annoying requests
They
and all
exist.
this.
Yeah.
But it takes time to learn. And it takes time to learn to be calm and come up with a solution to it. One trait that I would like to have is naturally to be more kind, because I can be very blunt, especially on the phone.
On the phone.
Yeah.
I see. All right.
Face to face,
Yeah.
you're already there. I have to
Right.
interact with you. But on the phone, I can be so blunt.
Yeah.
Like you already know this is a cake shop, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. In that sense,
Yes,
yeah.
we
I
sell
mean,
cakes.
I mean the obvious, right?
Are you
That-
open? Yes, I'm answering your call. We're open.
Okay. Apart from cooking, I know that you're an active sportsman. Well,
I do.
Apart from
I
anything
love to
you
play
did.
football,
Football,
futsal,
right?
and
Football,
I
futsal,
love
and
to work out.
Workout.
Yes.
7 days a week.
No, I try 3 times a week.
Wow. How do you
Uh,
manage to fit in all of that
I
apart
don't
from
know.
Suka 7 days a week? Fun fact, like she works in Suka 7 days a week.
I work at Suka
Wow.
7 days a week,
Strong
yo.
superwoman.
But technically, my weekends are half days. And technically, when I want a week off, they let me. So it's
A
cool.
week off?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Nice.
can have a week off if I want to.
Cool.
But I believe running a sustainable business, you
Mm.
need somebody solid to be there every day. But how do I fit in other activities in my life is proper planning, like, and be real. Like, I tell you what I'm doing, so I cannot be with you there for this thing
Right.
because I have work or I have a video shoot or I have futsal. So let's do some other time. And maybe because I have amazing friends and family who always understands my busy schedule. I'm not that busy pun. If I'm busy, I'm at Suka. So if you want to come see me, please come to Suka anytime. I'm there,
Okay, so you are the only one. You are the only one handling the whole shop. Is that right? Is that how
Technically, it's me and Farah
Okay.
because she owns the place.
Right.
It's just that she has 3 kids
Mm.
and a family to look after, which I totally understand. For me, the only way to understand a person is try to imagine yourself in their shoes and try and relate. Because if I were her and I have employed somebody to manage, like managing Suka, I would love this manager to be fully occupied with all things about Suka. So that's what I do when I'm video shooting. As a client, I believe the client wants us, people who producing the video, to produce the best videos, especially and only enhancing the product and nothing else.
Okay.
That's how I try to work around other
Right.
people.
Cool.
Try to understand them.
So let's talk a little bit more about your daily routines.
Okay.
How is it like? How do you go about like waking up in the morning? Are you a
Mhm.
morning person?
I am such a morning person.
Yeah.
Yes.
7, 6, 5.
Okay. I
The
used to
the
wake
rock
up. I
the
used to
rock
wake up at 7.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson wakes up at 4 a.m. in the
Oh my
morning.
god, he's ridiculous. What time does he sleep?
Yeah, 11 I think. Yeah, he is insinuous.
Okay.
Some more tea there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wake up at
Thank you very
7:30 or 8, and usually I'll help around the house a little bit,
much.
whatever I can, and
Cleaning up.
then usually I run some errands before work.
Okay.
If I'm not doing that, I'll be working out, like at the running or gym, and then I go to work.
Mm.
So at work, it's not just make coffee, serve people. I also take orders, run errands, get stuff here and there, meet new clients because we supply cakes to other cafes as well. And then when I'm done with work, usually I have football or futsal
Oh, what time would that be? Like after
about
6?
8:30
8:30 at night.
night.
Nice.
So
Every
after
single day,
every
almost.
single day. So and no,
Wow.
I have futsal once a week, football once a week,
All right.
gym maybe twice a week. So that's
Shit.
4 times a week.
Okay.
And when I'm free,
Mm-hmm.
like this morning, my Friday mornings are usually free.
Okay.
That's when I go work out or try and catch up on my computer stuff. Cause that's one trait I would love to have.
What would that be?
Be more computer savvy. Really. I am so bad at it.
Yeah?
That's the one thing I hate about my job, doing accounts,
Uh-huh.
Excel shit, and then video editing, photo editing. I'm the worst.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
I mean, you could like hire another person to do
I
it.
can hire another
Yeah.
person, but my term of running a business is lean expenses, super lean expenses.
Mm.
Because I don't believe in spending unnecessarily.
Right.
Because to be honest, it's such a small task,
Yeah, it is.
and it's not like I cannot do with the help of an app on my
True.
mobile.
And you can just do a little bit of research and it's just like
That's right. You just put
So
a little
easy.
bit more effort, and it's
Yeah,
complete.
yeah.
So
the internet helps, right?
the internet helps a lot, definitely.
Cool.
And technically, friends and family help too. Because I'll ask for advice from people I think who would understand my problem.
Right. Speaking
And-
of friends, right?
Yes.
Do you agree with the fact that the five people you spend the most with actually affects you as a person? Do you agree with that?
I agree with it.
Okay.
So much.
Yeah.
So much
Do you
so.
actually are you conscious of the 5 people around you, or do you change them from time to time? Because from what I know, like you have been friends with your high school
friends.
and you guys are super
Still
close until
friends
today.
till
How
today.
did that mean? How do you maintain
How
that?
do we maintain it? We have a WhatsApp group. Technically, I guess we all understand our different situations, and not all of us live in Subang anymore.
Right.
But once in a while, we try together to meet up or catch up or birthdays or
So yeah, speaking of the five,
five
closest,
people who,
would that be apart from the high school friends?
apart from the high school
Do you
friends.
consciously choose them? or-
I don't consciously. Technically, it's like a natural feeling for me.
Okay.
You feel like you have a good vibe with them, and they feel like they have a good vibe with me, and then we just jive along together. And along the relationship, they'll bring their friends, and I'll bring my friends, and whoever jives together just sticks to us.
Right.
So far, I don't have that many friends, but I do know a lot of people. I have a lot of UITM friends where I used to study, but I only connect consistently with like 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've been so supportive of me. They know my busy schedule. In fact, when I ask them for help, anything about work, they will, unquestionably say, okay, we will help you, we'll be there for you.
That's nice.
That's the sweetest ever. Like this one time I had a brownie order. We had to make about 800 squares of brownies in individual boxes with an edible image on top.
Okay.
And I swear to God, everything was last minute, but I still wanted to do it because of, sales. And I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry I cannot hang out. But what if you guys come over, Suka, and make you guys dinner, and you guys help me out. It's gonna be fun. And they were more than happy.
Cool.
And we all had a
I
great
feel
time
like
eventually.
you're living a dream already.
You think so?
Yeah, from outside looking in, you have like you're working in a cafe. You can make coffee. You can have customers. You can have that customers
I have a lot of
relationship.
customers who became friends.
Yeah, and also like you can cook
Yeah,
and you
can.
get paid at the same time.
I do,
And your
right?
friends can
I
hang
get
out.
paid to do my
Wow,
things I love.
You're
So
living a dream.
I love my job.
Yeah. I think your daily routine is pretty balanced.
Quite a balance.
I
I
think
try
that's
to
how
make it a
you
balance.
keep healthy, right? The exercise.
I do
every
try.
single
And
day.
then, to be honest, it all comes back at home where, I have a lot of sisters and my mom. And they will try to remind me, or not remind me, but just say things that kind of remind me to be me and not be a robot. And, think about money so much, think about work so much.
Right.
But be you, be
Exactly.
real.
Yeah.
Come
It's
back,
nice. It's
eat
nice
at
to have that
home.
support system.
It's great.
You're
It's
very
the
close to your
best.
family as well, especially your
We're
mom.
clingy.
Yeah.
Super clingy.
What would be your deepest fear?
My deepest fear.
Yeah.
My deepest fear would be not knowing what to do next.
Like right after living your dream, and what's the transition after your dream? I mean,
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
But to be honest,
But
in my head,
the cliche part is the family, kids, and all that.
ha.
Is that what you're afraid of?
I don't know if I would say I'm afraid of that or not, but to be honest, that's not in my 5-year plan.
Okay.
Can I say that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That is wise actually in today's day and age. I think.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks. Because maybe people seek happiness from there, but I seek happiness from here.
Yeah. Living the dream, your passion.
Living in my passion, yes. And to be honest, I think I feel so much loved with family and friends. So my deepest fear is when there's a failure order or something that I missed out, especially a customer's cake order. Especially when it's from a big client, but usually it's small orders, which is ridiculous because most of the time maybe it happened to me. I can count maybe 6 times within this 4 years that I missed out a cake order. And maybe it's only this one time, which was a wedding cake, and I'm like, they didn't have the flowers that they wanted, I think, and I wasn't in town, so I could not resolve the issue at that time. So, it brings me to a level where why am I so what am I doing wrong?
Right.
I already know, but why didn't I perform better? So from there, I can only learn and try to avoid this kind of mistakes. Which until today, I still have that fear. Like, oh my god, I got everyone's order. I hope everyone's order is
I
okay.
guess at the end of the day, you're still a human being. You
That's
can
right.
try to be as perfect as you want it to be, but there will be like a little mistake here and there.
That's right.
Human imperfections. You might have but down days.
You're
and
right,
you
you're right.
Yeah, it's hard to get everything right all the time.
You're right, but then that just shows that we're human.
Mhm.
And so there's this what I would love to have is a smooth operating system where everyone's order is ready and all the traffic in the cafe is steady and all the food comes out nice and everyone's eating happily and goes back happily. Yeah.
Okay.
So my fear is people don't have that. That's my fear.
Right. So
Yeah. Technically, I like to please people.
people pleaser.
I
Customer service.
am. My
Customer
God.
service. You want to make people happy,
I want to
right?
make
With
people
your food,
happy.
with your customer service, with your like every single day, the people that you
Everything.
encounter, you want to try to
You're
change their
right.
life, right?
You are
Yes.
so
Yeah, I
right.
can feel it. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Anthony Bourdain, your hero, right? What? How do you feel like after his passing?
What do I feel?
Yeah.
I felt like it was such a shame, to be honest, because it was told as a suicide.
Mm.
And, but to be honest, I don't know anyone personally going through this. So I cannot say much. It's just such a shame that such a great person in this world that everybody knows about decides to leave us.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I believe he has so much more to offer. Even in his old age, I'm sure a lot of young people now, young generations who are into this, I say culinary world, uh, also look up to him. Like, I don't know you so much, but I know you from the internet and you're everywhere on the internet. So, with that great of an influence, you can easily inspire people.
True.
So
Yeah.
he left that for himself.
I think it's also he had that overwhelming. He's sort of tired of everything.
Yeah.
He felt like his expiry date has arrived, but
Yeah.
he's not gone yet. He just wants.
Right, right,
I
right.
feel like that's the case because he achieved everything that he wanted, right?
He had more than what he
Mm.
wanted.
Yeah, I guess depression is actually a serious, and mental health is actually a serious
Mental health
issue, right?
issues. It is crazy because, like you say, I'm a people pleaser, but
Mm.
pleasing people is not the happiest thing to do, to
Mm.
be honest. Some say the people who smiles the brightest are not the happiest people, or not the, there's something inside that person that's not right.
Mm.
But this is how you have to take your time again as a person to learn that you're just human, and it's okay to be down. It's okay the next day to feel like $1 million. It's great.
Yeah, it's the ups and downs of life,
Mm-hmm.
right? We just need
Mm-hmm.
to embrace the dark days and the sunny
Right?
days, right? Yeah, and most importantly, learning from you is surround yourself with the people that you love, right?
That's right.
Especially your
To be
family
honest,
and
that's the
friends.
most important because um, interaction with another human helps you build your own self, helps you build your own character, helps you think about what you should have done better, what you should have not done,
Mm.
Talking about it is very important, and you should talk about it with not the internet and rant on the internet, but talk with someone who would understand and who would just listen and not say anything. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But if there's someone who can give you an advice, or say, I went through it too and I know how you feel, that gives a level of comfortness that does not deteriorate you as a person inside.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So apart from cooking,
Hmm.
baking, and also sports, right?
Yes.
What other things that you do for leisure?
What are things I do for leisure?
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch movies.
Right.
I love to listen to music. I love hip hop and R&B.
Mm.
I love to go dancing.
Right. Yeah.
When I can, of course.
When you're free, right?
When I'm free. I love to. Okay, so I play sports.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoy going for massage. Does that make sense?
Relaxed, right?
Yeah. And
Are you
also
much of a competitive person in terms of sports?
in terms of sports,
Yeah.
well, I try,
Yeah.
but I'm not that talented on the field. So my best is just to try my best,
Mm.
my 200% best. But I'm very more competitive in business.
Like in terms of profit and
In
sales
terms
wise.
of profit and sales and
Mm.
gaining more exposure, gaining more customers, gaining more clients. I want people to know about Suka. I want people to know how great Suka cakes are.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm very competitive in that case.
Right. Wow, businesswoman. I guess that comes also from your marketing background.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So I only think it's appropriate. I did not choose to study business.
Mm.
I wanted to study arts and design and landscape design. It was so weird, teenagers going through that age. I don't know what
Yeah.
I wanted to do, to be honest. And then I didn't get what I wanted to do.
Yeah, but
I
it's
got
all a
offered
process, right?
I got offered business, and I'm like,
Yay.
let's just wing it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I loved it.
Mm.
It was easy to
Yeah.
do. It was not so hectic, and I enjoyed my uni days. It was crazy.
Mm. How do you stay motivated, like in when you have down like dark
Mhm.
days? How do you stay motivated and happy at work or in life in
Right.
general?
In life in general, I think listening to music really helps.
Mm.
And I think dancing with great music really helps
Mm.
because it's kind of putting out all that good or bad energy everywhere and
That
um,
lifts you up as well, right?
lifts you up. Otherwise, talking about your feelings with somebody compatible or like a friend or your
Mm.
mom
Right.
or not your mom, maybe your sister, that helps tremendously a lot.
Mm.
You like I believe everybody should have that one person to go back and talk to. And I'm not saying like a spouse or a significant other, but just somebody that you're comfortable with, you
Mm.
know?
Exactly. Okay, if you could give one advice to your 15-year-old self, right? Going back in time, 15-year-old, what would it be? What you tell her, the young Safia
The young
Cairo
Safia
in high
Cairo,
school? Yeah.
you should take it easy. You should take it easy and eat healthier and be more active. That's all. Just be you.
Be you, girl.
Be you.
What would be the greatest piece of advice you've ever received so far in the past 27 years? Yeah.
Greatest piece of advice that I've received is most probably from wow. I think it's from an acquaintance, like a friend, and we were just talking about business,
Mm.
and we were just sharing thoughts and ideas and how the business works and all this, and then maybe it was a customer who became a friend. I can't remember now, but then he said something like, um, "It's never going to be easy, and perhaps you're never gonna, achieve what you want. But what's important is you yourself being you and knowing what you've done is your best. So, you know, that's it. What do you want to be? What do you want to stress over about this business? It's not like you're losing millions of ringgit. That's about it.
Wow.
Don't take it too hard.
Mm. So for someone who actually, let's say you meet someone who's actually a jack of all trades, right? They do everything. They jump from one thing to another.
Okay.
They like cooking. They like I don't know. Let's see, yoga. They like sports.
Okay.
They like every single thing, and they lost interest in one thing, and then they jump to another, and they jump to
Right.
another.
Right.
What kind of advice do you have for these people who are actually lost in that terms, in that sense where
Understand.
they don't know how to focus, they don't know how to
Understand.
stick through with one field,
Understand.
and they just kept losing interest after a few months. Like for seeing you, like you stayed true with culinary, with cooking and baking and sports,
Right.
right? What advice do you have for these people to should help them understand better
I
or
think these kind of people who jump through things
mm,
and try new things only wants to explore.
mhm.
They want to explore and feel which one they're most comfortable with.
Okay.
But to me, if you have the compatibility, aka financial stability, to do all these things, go ahead. I don't think it's an issue. Go ahead. But if you really want to major in one thing, but you're struggling with, that does not mean you have to jump to a new thing. Maybe what you need is somebody to assist you to focus on one thing. And it could be a teacher, it could be your mentor, it could be a friend, it could be somebody you meet there, or a friend who don't even go to that thing, but you're just telling, hey, this is what I did that day. What do you think? Cool, right? I should do it again. Um, But that's what I'm saying. If you want to jump around, go ahead. Just make sure you don't hurt the people surrounding you at that area. Like, you're trying to build a relationship with, let's say I'm trying to build this relationship with this cafe, but suddenly I don't feel great because I'm disappointing them and I feel like I want to get out. That is not cool. For me, when you leave, let's say when you leave a company, you have to have a closure, and it has to be a good closure, meaning I'm leaving you for the better of me, but you have to know that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I thank you for all these things. And because I do have friends who change jobs or change, let's say in football, like one time they play with this team, the other time they play with that team. Don't you think they're gonna hit the other team? Of
Yeah.
course. So back again, always think about the people who are surrounding you, to be honest, because I believe in karma. I also believe in human interaction is the most important thing in anything. So because whatever shit you give with that circle, one day or another day you're gonna get it back in another way. We don't know, and I'm not praying for that, but this is just human energy. That's what you get.
Wow. Jam. Well, how does it feel like to be Safiyyah, Cairo?
How does it feel
How does it
like?
feel like? Like really?
To be honest, I feel like $1 million every day,
Yeah.
and I love it. It's great. But the only way to feel this way, to feel great about yourself, about your job. I'm not saying I earn a lot working at a cafe. I'm not saying I earn extra a lot working with this part-time gigs, but it's exciting for me. It's exciting because I get to work with a lot of people who are very understanding and kind, and I think they're only that way because I am also understanding and kind. So whatever you cannot do, you tell them. Whatever you can do and offer, you tell them, because that's the only way they can understand you and accept you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're heading towards the right direction. Whichever direction that you're going to, I think you're gonna
Whichever,
flourish.
the only way up.
Yeah. Okay, this is where I flip the script and give you a chance to ask me anything that come
Oh,
across your
that's
mind.
great. That's
But
great.
apart from the podcast
Okay.
and also not the questions I've asked you today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
go for it.
So, like when we were talking earlier about your videography, editing videos, right? Maybe I asked you too much the other day,
Okay.
but how, like, did you study video editing?
No, I did not.
Yeah. So what did
Oh,
you study?
started off with multimedia
Ah.
and like slash animation.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has nothing to
Oh.
it has
Okay.
nothing to do with actual video editing.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
then on top of that, secretly I went for a year acting course.
Oh, secretly.
Yeah, as in like I did not announce the world. The world didn't know like, oh, he's an actor or something. You know,
Right.
I just wanted to acquire that skill.
But were you in a theater thing or
yeah,
a
yeah,
sketch?
theater.
Serious?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was actually it benefits me a lot as a person.
Okay.
What the world don't know is theater is life, or life is theatrical
Yes.
in a sense.
Yes.
So we are all acting. Like say you are in the cafe.
Right.
You're actually acting. If you
I
were,
am so acting.
Yeah, if
Like I
you-
have my customer sales girl voice instead
Okay.
of my normal voice.
So if you weren't acting, you would be behaving a different way.
You're right.
So in a world where we are repressed, actually Malaysia is quite repressed and
Okay.
very reclusive and
I
conservative, right?
agree.
We are all not expressing ourselves the
You're
way
right.
we should.
Betul.
So with theater, it actually helps you to be more comfortable with yourself, in knowing yourself and what you are as a person,
You're right.
and then expressing it. Yeah,
To other people.
to other people, to the people around you, and to life, because
Yes.
what life is actually other people, and what other people is actually life. So it just goes
Exactly.
back.
It just goes back all
Yeah.
around. You are right. You are
Yeah.
so right.
And then at the end of the day, it also benefits me in being comfortable in front of the camera as well, because since you already have the acting skills,
Right.
you might as well just apply it in front of the camera. And at some point, if given the chance, I would love to get into the showbiz, whatever, whichever way I can get in.
Right.
Yeah, that would be
You're
that.
right.
Mm.
For me, whatever opportunity gives you
Mhm.
and you feel like that's the way you want to go, just take it. Just take it and try your best and try to put in your idea to these people because they might understand you and they might offer you something better.
True.
Like how I had with Suka.
Yeah, that is actually a door. Like you just knocked on the door and it opened for you.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
it has been 4 years, right?
It's been 4 years and I feel great.
Right. Okay. Before I go to the last question, how can people find you on social media?
On social media,
Yeah.
I guess the only public account social media I have is on Instagram. That's Safiyyah Cairo, my full name.
SAFF.
SAFIYYAHKHAIRUL. Get it right.
Link in the description below. SAFIYYAHKHAIRUL
You're right.
on Instagram. Right. Okay, so this is a two-part question. The last
Okay.
question will be a two-part question. You're about to give the biggest piece of advice if you will ever drop on a video that will benefit, let's say, 1,000 young kids that are struggling to find their passion and their purpose in
Okay.
life. And that's the first part. And second part is how does someone, what is the secret to mastering culinary arts?
Okay.
Right. So which one are you most comfortable in going first?
We can go with the first one.
First one. Okay.
The first one
Your
for
advice
this
for someone who finding the
for
passion and
young
purpose.
people
Yeah.
who is struggling to find your passion. To be honest, it is always a struggle because you're young, you don't know what you want, you don't know what you're going to be. So for me, I believe it's always whichever circle or area or I can say activity or hobby that you're comfortable with, start off there. Start off there. That doesn't mean you're just there. You start there and you go further from there. You know what I'm saying? Like I started in the kitchen and now I'm going into media with the kitchen. Okay? You can go, I love to read. Why not I try to write? Why not I try to read to other people? Right? For this culinary.
Yeah. What is the secret to success?
What's the secret
To
in
finding the
success?
secret ingredient to make it in the culinary industry or
Right.
the kitchen. So.
Like a perfect dish.
Mm.
Always have a balance. A balance in texture, a balance in taste, a balance in color when you visualize it,
Mm.
and when you plate it, you know, there's a high, there's a low, there's a green, there's a red, there's salty, sweet, sour, bitter, spicy. So I believe with this kind of consistency, you can never go wrong in any line, in any industry.
Wow. That is true.
Oh my god, I made it up.
Yeah. So wow, that's how you do it.
I think that's the only way. Always have a balance. Never forget your family, never forget your friends. Never leave people for the wrong purposes. And always be true and loyal and don't lie. Don't create stories. Because if you do, you're just gonna get in trouble and you don't want that. That's just gonna give you more bad vibes.
It'll just bite you back in the ass.
Yeah.
In the future, right? Right.
I mean, I've never been bitten in the ass back, but okay.
Right. Hello, Kopi Ke Milo podcast with Safiyyah Cairo. Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Milo.
All right. Delicious. Thanks, Safiyyah.
Thank you, Milo.
All right. That was great. Yeah.
It was so great. Cannot believe I just did that.
Thank you. Hello, Kopi Ke Milo podcast. Milo Fico signing out.